What's up, everybody? Welcome into A to Z Sports Picks. Brian and I are going to have a great show for you this Tuesday. Get you ready for the betting week. Brian, looking sharp, my man. How we doing?
Thank you, brother. I'm doing pretty good. Finally had me a good weekend, but I got a lot more catching up to do, but I had a good one this past weekend.
Well, you certainly deserved it, my man. You had some good picks out there. And also, for anybody wondering, in regards to what is behind me, we had a small internet issue about 10 minutes ago, but you know what? We're adaptable. And we're also stealing internet from the neighbors. So let's not anybody tell it. This is going to be an A to Z Sports secret between us. But we got to get these picks in, right, Brian?
So that's right. Do what you got to do, brother.
Yeah, you got to do what you got to do. So everybody, welcome in A to Z Sports Picks. I'm Alan Bell, CBS Sportsline, alongside Brian Edwards of VegasInsider.com. A to Z Sports Picks is brought to you every Tuesday and Friday by BetMGM, the king of sportsbooks. Everyone download the BetMGM app. Make sure you use promo code A to Z Sports. You'll get a risk-free bet of up to $1,000. I've done it, used it. It's fantastic. They put those credits in your account ASAP. That's BetMGM, the king of sportsbooks. Download the app. Use promo code A to Z Sports. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. Must be 21 years or older. Must be present in the state of Tennessee. For gambling problem support, call the Tennessee Red Line at 800-889-9789. So, Brian, we got a lot to get to, and we're going to jump into it right now. First part, we got the Atlanta Braves in the World Series tonight, man. The Bravos, baby. They are in the World Series tonight, and let me get these odds up here on the screen so everybody can see it, and we're going to talk about this real quick, all right? So we got the Braves, the underdog, plus 1.5 on the run line. Astros, money line, minus 135 favorite, and a total of 8. Look, I'm rolling with the Braves here. I'm going to take the plus 1.5. I'm going to eat the juice. However, I certainly understand if anybody's taking them on the money line. I think Morton's a good spot here in terms of their pitcher. He's faced the Astros, twice, I believe, last year in the ALCS. Didn't give up a run. And you're looking at the Atlanta Braves adding an additional bat due to the DH. So I'm rolling Bravos here, man. I think they steal game one, and I think we have a hell of a World Series. Any thoughts that you have here, Brian?
Well, I'm going to try to watch a 9-inning baseball game, all 9 innings.
There we go.
First time in like a decade tonight. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I can't make any promises, but I'll just hit on this mattress Mac stuff.
Yeah, you were just sorry, and I didn't interrupt you. You were just telling me about this. All right, so our man Mattress Mac, who he lives in Houston, resides in Houston, has mattress businesses out of Houston. Probably the most famous gambler, sports bettor, at least, on the
last 5 years for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah. So you were just telling me about this, man. What's he got on the line here?
Yeah, it looks like I told you wrong off the air. I said I thought he had I don't know what I said, like 7 or 8 million out there. He actually has only risked 3.35 million. So, and you would know way better than me, Alan. Were the Astros 8-1, 10-1, like back, in June? Do you have somewhere? They weren't like in first place running away. Does that make sense? If they were around 8-12-1, somewhere in there.
Yep.
Yeah. So he wins 35.6 million, which would be the largest payout in legal sports betting history if the Astros win the World Series. And he's not hedging. And the reason why is because, and you can read this whole article by my guy Blake Von Hagen on MajorWager.com if you wish. Okay, here's the breakdowns of it. At Caesars Sportsbook, he risked $2 million at 10-1 to make 20. He added $1 million at FanDuel at 10-1, so that would get him another 10 million. So that's 30. And then he added $250,000, $250K at DraftKings at 16-1. And $100K at The Score, which I'm not familiar with, is at 16-1 as well. And it says in my guy Blake's article that he has already sold, or here it is, his current estimate of potential losses is around, am I saying a refund on any? So what he does is anybody that buys a mattress more than $3,000, if the Astros win the World Series, you get that money back. So you get a free mattress. And this says his current estimate of potential losses is around 25 million. But that doesn't make any sense, though. He's only got only got 3.35 risk.
Well, I'll tell you what, we'll look into it more. But I mean, our man is running. No, you're good. Our man is running. He's got a nice little scheme going on down here,
no doubt,
in Houston. But I'll say this: I know that there are a lot of Braves fans that are hoping that he loses all of that. So we look at the chat here. Lucas Berg says, chop in berries, baby, money line, and win the World Series. Zach Goodman says, Riley, Freeman, both have an RBI this game. Nice. I like that. He's also got a parlay going. Freeman, Albies, Rosario, Altuve, and that outfielder, Kyle, all to record a hit in a parlay. It's fascinating because you look at this game, and there's only a total of 8, right? And the Braves coming in have had pretty good bats. The Astros coming in have had really good bats. And you can tell, from the pitching matchup that we have tonight with a total of only 8. I find it quite fascinating. But, yeah, I'm going
Do you like the over, Alan?
No, I didn't. It's so tempting. It's so tempting.
Think that both it's a good pitching matchup for the under.
Yeah, it is. And, this might be a game where, no runs first inning, Braves first 5 innings. Like, I think those bets could be solid as well. But yeah, just overall, I'm going to go with the Bravos tonight, man. Yeah, I'm going to go with the Bravos, man. I think they get it done. All right, so go with our local look ahead here. And let me get the Braves part out of here. All right, so only 2 games because the Tennessee Volunteers are on a bye week this week. We've got the Titans, a 1-point favorite on the road at the Colts, even though they did open up as an underdog. The line has changed there, total of 49.5. And we have Missouri at Vanderbilt. Missouri is 16-point favorite at a total of 63.5. Brian, I'll go ahead and go first. Look, this Titans-Colts game, this is a mirror of 2 almost pretty identical teams. Like, they try to do the exact same thing. They try to run the ball, control the game, control the clock. And the minute that you start trying to stop them running the ball, they try to light you up, right? Like, through the quarterback, through the pass. I think the Titans are just better at doing it. With such a small number, I'll take Titans -1. But really my play here is the under 49.5. I think that both teams understand how incredibly important that this win is for both of them for the division. Remember the Titans have already defeated the Colts once this year in Nashville. So if the Titans get the sweep on the Colts, they might sweep the division. Right? Like they might just run through Jacksonville and Houston as well. So I would expect a pretty tight affair here and a game that's going to be primarily on the ground, at least from Indy side. I think that they're going to want to control everything they can. So give me the under 49.5. What are you thinking here?
So I made the Titans -1.5. I lean their way, but I have the Titans to win the division. Bet back in August or even before that. I have them to go over on their win total, and there's no reason that I need to get involved because I already have built-in bets on the Titans as they apply to this game, because especially with the division and whatnot. So, for all those wanting to just play the game, I do lean the Titans way, but the Colts are playing pretty good, and I already got my built-in bets, so it's a pass.
Yeah, I feel you. And look, I'll give the Colts credit, man. If people haven't been paying attention to their games, from the opening kick until the end, the last 4 weeks or so, the Colts are playing really good football. Yeah. I'll give you an example. We saw Sunday night that just atmospheric river and gale force winds, right? There's that hurricane game. And it was a disaster from the second quarter, the third quarter. Look, the Colts entered that game averaging 27.6 points per game in their last 3, and that number got better, right? Like, I'm telling you, they're a weird team, man. Like, they're almost kind of like a 401k to where, like, every 2 weeks or so you drop in, a couple bucks or whatever, and it doesn't seem like much, but then you look up after 60 minutes or 60 years, and this team's got 30, 31. Like, that's just how they roll, man. And I feel the Titans are kind of the same way. Except for that Chiefs game. They just busted them in the mouth from the beginning. But these are 2 very, very identical type teams that are both playing probably their best football right now. So it's going to be a hell of a game. A hell of a game. All right. Missouri at Vanderbilt. Missouri 16-point favorite. Total 63.5. Look, I'm going to go with the under 63.5 here. I think that's a preposterous number for both of these teams. Now, look, the problem is this. Missouri's defense is horrific. Vanderbilt's defense isn't much better, but it is better. I just don't see offensive explosion in this game. We might have it for a quarter or so, but I'll ride my chances under 63.5. What do you think?
I made Missouri 14.5. I don't know if there's been an update on Ken Seals, but I do consider him an upgrade over the backup who's played the last 2 games. If Seals gets upgraded later in the week and this number were to drift up above 17, I might give Vandy some consideration, but right now it's just it's a stay away, not knowing Seals' status.
Yeah. One, excuse me, knowing Seal status, certainly. Two, even still knowing his status and staying away is not a bad play here. I mean, it's just going to be an ugly game.
I can't disagree with that.
Yeah, it's just going to be hideous, right? So, yeah, I feel you. All right, jumping to the full SEC slate that we have here this weekend. So, again, not a lot of games. We've got a lot of teams that are on bye. So, we only have, I think, 4 SEC games. Missouri, we just talked about at Vanderbilt. Georgia, a 14-point favorite at Florida, total 51. Ole Miss at Auburn. Auburn's a 2.5-point favorite, total of 66. Kentucky, a 1.5-point favorite at Mississippi State, a total of 47. Look, I've got 2 plays here. Georgia, Florida, under 51. I think that this is going to be a slugfest. I think that these two are going to – Florida's going to try to do everything that they can to matriculate down the field, so to say, but it's not easy on Georgia, right? But they're going to get their shots, right? Like, I mean, this game – also, side note, I love that we can't call it the world's largest outdoor cocktail party.
Yeah, we can if we feel like it.
Absolutely. Yet – the game has an official sponsor with the SEC of Dos Equis. So what are we doing here? Right. I just had to get that in. I saw that yesterday and I was like, well, this makes no sense. But yeah, look, I'm going to go under here. 14's a big number. I certainly understand who Georgia is and I understand where Florida's been the last couple of weeks. But man, these rivalry games get weird, dude. And I don't want to lay a bunch of points. I'm going to roll with the under here. I'm going to roll under 51. Also, Kentucky minus 1.5 on the road at Mississippi State. I think Kentucky's just a better team. It might not be a pretty game. You see with that total of 47, that's a low total. But I'm going to roll Kentucky here, man. So, yeah, give me Georgia, Florida under 51. Give me Kentucky minus 1.5. What do you got?
Yeah, Kentucky's had 2 weeks to prepare. I made Kentucky minus 4. I'm not committing to the Wildcats right yet. I need to, because remember, Josh Ali missed their last 2 games, their second best receiver. I don't know what his status is coming out of the open date, and I need to check on, Rodgers. Well, he came back and played well this week. Never mind. He's okay from the Alabama game. But I need to do some more studying. But I did make Kentucky a 4-point favorite, which is above 3, and it's less than 3. So I lean Kentucky, but I don't want to commit right yet. I like Florida plus the 14. This is only the 4th time during Dan Mullen's 4-year tenure that the Gators have been double-digit underdogs. The first time was in 2019. They pushed as a 14-point dog, lost 42-28 at LSU, the eventual national champion. But they were up 28-21 mid-third. They had the ball first and goal 2 different times in the last 8 minutes and got nothing. There's an interception in the end zone, and they got stopped on 4th and goal at the 1. So could have, would have, should have, could have covered that one, but they pushed. Last year was the second double-digit underdog spot in Atlanta against Alabama. Lost by 6. It was either 17 or 18. So that was an easy cover. And then earlier this year at Alabama, we're around 14-ish, maybe 15. Covered that. So they're 2-0-1 against the spread. No outright wins. And 2 of those 3 times were the eventual national champs. LSU 19, Alabama last year, Alabama maybe this year, or Georgia maybe this year, as it's the 4th double-digit dog spot. But I like the Gators. Just part of the reasoning, and I won't spend a whole lot of time on it because, look, all that matters is the W's and L's. But, Florida's just a play or 2 or 3 away from being 7-0. The blocked field goal against Kentucky was a 10-point swing. I don't even want to go into the first quarter officiating against Alabama, but everybody knows there was a BSPI. There were 2 there was a face mask that got not called, and there was a horse collar that got not called. And those were all enormous swings in that game. So, and I think and hope we're going to get more Anthony Richardson this week. And after he led them on 4 touchdown drives in a row at LSU, I think that'll be good. I'm not as down on Emory as most are, but he has thrown an interception, at least one in every single game, although he's the team's leading rusher. But I think we're going to get a lot of Richardson. And look, Georgia's quarterback, they've been great this year. You can't say anything bad about Georgia. They've dominated all their opponents. But against a big-time defense, I still don't necessarily trust their quarterback play, and I think they're going to work JT Daniels in, and he's been out for most of the last month or so. And you got to wonder at some point, we talked about this a little bit a few weeks ago, does that mess with team chemistry at all? Is there like a faction of the locker room that is more into Stetson Bennett than the California kid? All that we'll find out, but I like Florida plus 14. And just a couple little things on Ole Miss Auburn. Ole Miss has only won at Jordan-Hare once since 2004. And in the head-to-head rivalry, regardless of the venue, Auburn has won 5 in a row over these boys. And Auburn has also had 2 weeks to prepare, and Ole Miss has not.
Nice. The only thing that concerns me with Florida is what are they going to do to fix that run defense, right?
I should have mentioned that as well. That is what I'm concerned about, because Georgia can run the ball very effectively, and Todd Grantham can't really scheme up how to stop the run, especially if you run the same counter play 11 times in Baton Rouge.
Well, I'm with you, and what I was going to kind of get at was that. I think it's a scheme thing. I mean, I don't think it's as much talent. I think it's a scheme, what you talked about in terms of Grantham. But I think that, Florida legitimately is going to have to sell out stopping the run.
Yeah.
And let,
if Stetson or he's going to beat us, then you beat us.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%. Right. Like, and that goes to exactly what you were saying. Like, if you're going to beat us, it has to be this kid. We are going to absolutely sell out to stop the run, or at least just, you don't have to hold Georgia to 40 rushing yards, right? Like, they're going to get some, but as long as it's not that LSU game, then you'll be all right. But I'm with you. Yeah, make the kid beat us. Like, he's going to have to do it. So yeah, I agree with you on that. All right, jumping from college to the NFL here. So obviously, full slate. I'm not going to run through the games, one by one. You can see them there on the bottom of the screen. But I will tell you that I like 3 here. Okay. Now, I got the Cardinals -4 against the Packers Thursday night before, all the craziness began happening in terms of Devontae Adams out. Well, we don't know if he's out yet, but pretty assuredly he's going to be. The Packers defensive coordinator is out, and we'll find out today if there are any more. Look, I just like the Cardinals in this spot. Green Bay, their red zone defense had given up a touchdown in 100% of opponents' trips to the red zone this year. Then they play Washington last week. Washington got him on some chunk plays, man. I don't know if anybody watched that game from beginning to end. But
I did.
Yep. Yeah.
Washington could have won that game outright.
Yep. Yeah. That 24-10 Packers win, and I had the Packers, -8. So
Me too.
I was very thankful. Yeah.
Yes.
But that was not a 24-10, just beat down by Green Bay. Yeah, they got some issues there. So, with Devontae or without, I still like the Cardinals. That's why I took it. So I got the -4. There is, if this number continues to climb, though, I'm not gonna attempt the middle because it's tough to do. But if you get Packers +7, I mean, that's not a bad play. Second one, Bills -13.5 at home against the Dolphins. Let me tell you this, and anyone out there paying attention. This is an absolute nightmare scenario for the Miami Dolphins, okay? 2 weeks ago, you go to London, you get beat by the Jaguars, you come back, you don't get the bye like every other team does. Come back, you play the Falcons, you lose. The Bills are coming off a bye week, which before that got whooped by Tennessee here in Nashville. They're going to be angry. They are going to want revenge on whoever is in front of them immediately. And it just so happens to be the Miami Dolphins, who might trade their starting quarterback at any moment. So you've got that swirling around the locker room, which is not going to help at all. They've got issues all over the place on that team. And you remember week 2, the Bills went to Miami and defeated them 35-0. Right. So I think you're going to see something similar to that. So I'm jumping on the 13.5 before that number gets to 14 and above. Keeps value there. Last one. The Detroit Lions +3.5 at home against the Philadelphia Eagles. Look, the Lions are better than their 0-7 record suggests. Let me list you a few of the teams that they've played on their schedule. The Packers, the Ravens, the Bengals, the 49ers. Should I keep going? Their schedule has been the Rams. It's been atrocious. They have played playoff team after playoff team after playoff team. And this team keeps coming back, man. They keep coming back and they keep fighting. Now, look, Philadelphia might be an overall better team. I don't think so. But you know what? I don't believe in anything that Philadelphia is doing right now. They had 10 days to prepare for that Raiders game and did nothing with it whatsoever. And I'll take the team at home with 3.5 that believes. Dan Campbell has his team believing that, you know what? You are going to get better. You are going to get a win. And that win is going to come. And it might be this week. I might sprinkle some on the money line, but I'll take the insurance. I'll take the Lions plus 3.5. I think they get the job done. All right, enough of me, buddy. What do you got NFL this week?
I like that. Dan Campbell coached his ass off the other day, and he deserved to win. I know that, and he covered for his.
It's coming. It's coming for the Lions. Like that win.
I agree with you. I made that game pick 'em. I agree. I'll probably be on Detroit as well. Oh gosh. Look, if the Giants get Kadarius Toney and Saquon and Galladay back, which is a distinct possibility. And Evan Ingram was questionable and ended up playing last week, and they get a win over the Panthers. And
pause real quick.
Let's go on the Panthers.
The Panthers must be terrible, because the Giants went in there with no one,
nobody,
no one offensively, no one. So I just wanted to say that they got that big win, and what you were saying that if they get Shepard back, if they get Kadarius Toney back, if they get Saquon Barkley back, like they did all that against the Panthers without those guys. So sorry, continue.
No, you're fine. And then obviously everybody up in Nashville just saw that debacle of an offensive performance, and Mahomes not only to get his cage rattled, but he now has as many interceptions as anybody in the NFL, including Zach Wilson with 9. And there's that great underdog stat with the Giants. I know it did not hit for us against the Cowboys, but that's because Daniel Jones got hurt, and that was when they were going in to make it 7-7, or they did on the next play. So who knows how that game goes? And I think they were 19-3 against the spread. Their last 22 as road dogs going into Dallas. So now 19-4. But if they get all their horses back, and what's that line right now?
10.
Oh God! Oh my God! Oh, I'm going to go ahead and play the Giants now. Surely they're getting at least 1 or 2 of those guys back. KC should be favored by 10 over anybody right now. Maybe Carolina. Maybe the Jets. But.
Dude, I wouldn't even trust him against them. Look, right? KC's got problems, man. Like they have problems on both sides of the ball. And, football is a game of balance, right? Like generally your teams that are the most balanced are going to consistently win for you, right? The Titans right now are a very balanced team. Their defense is playing well. They're getting after the quarterback. It's helping the secondary, which is helping the defense get off the field, which is bringing the offense back on the field. Derrick Henry's running well. A.J. Brown and Julio Jones. Like that, just using them as an example, like balance is good. The Chiefs are so out of whack. Like they have problems all over. And it's weird because what they did well is killing them now. It used to be 2 years ago that Patrick Mahomes would be aggressive, and it would that was the check mark in their box. Now he's forcing things, and it's killing them because they have no margin of error, due to their defense. So keep going. I'm sorry, but I'm with you. I think that's you're getting that in double digits. Like the Chiefs will win the game, but 10, yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, and look, I made the Bengals. I wrote down 11 if Zach Wilson is playing. Obviously, he's out now 2 to 4 weeks, as we found out. I wrote this down Sunday night, and I wrote down -14 without him. So as it's at 10 right now at most books, this is a gross chalk eater sandwich on the road, and maybe even a bit of a letdown off the huge win in the rivalry game. But I don't think I'd have to really justify fading the Jets, especially with a red hot team. So I'm probably going to eat that chalk with the Bengals. And I don't disagree with anything Alan said on the Bills. And I'll probably be looking to get on them in the first half, in the first quarter. And I may also play them for the game. Although eating double-digit chalk twice in the NFL in 1 week is normally a red flag.
Hey, pause real quick. Can I give you a stat?
Yeah.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, okay, played 7 games this season, okay? They're 3-0 against the spread when they're a double-digit favorite. They are 0-4 against the spread when they are not a double-digit favorite. And in those games where they're double-digit favorites, Tom Brady has 14 touchdown passes and 0 interceptions.
Wow.
Yeah. So we always we make fun of the primetime thing of old man needs to get to bed. Yeah. Well, this is the opposite. Catch him on a Sunday in the middle of the day when he's supposed to win and he's out there playing with the kids. Yeah. That's Tom Brady's bread and butter right there. Also, with the Jets, I'm with you. They're not going to have Zach Wilson. So you're either going to have Mike White or Joe Flacco out there. So, yeah, I'm with you on that. Sorry. Keep going, man.
No, you're fine. I'm going to go. I've ridden this. I couldn't ride it last week because they were off. But Dallas, the over. It is now hit in 4 straight and 5 of its last 6. Now, this is their highest total of the year at 55. But here's their last 4 combined scores. 62, 64, 64 again, and 64 a third time. So even though it's the highest total, they've gone over that by 9 points in each of their last 3 games. So I'll be on Dallas, Minnesota over 55. And Atlanta, I'm taking Atlanta -3. I know we're running short on time, but I just quickly got to get on Arthur Smith again. Not going for 2 with 12 minutes left. When you take a 12-point lead, you go for 1, you're up 13. If you're up 12 or 13, it doesn't matter when the other team goes and scores 2 touchdowns like they did, and you have to get the walk-off field goal. We targeted Calvin Ridley 10 times the other day. Pitts 8 times. 1 was a throwaway. The other 7 times produced 161 yards. Can we target him 12 to 15 times a game, please, Arthur?
Literally.
Please.
He's putting up monster numbers.
Unless you just – and the thing is like when Miami started to rally, we didn't even throw it to him. And Matty Ice, I love my boy Matty Ice. You have got to learn when he has single coverage, you just throw it to him. It doesn't matter if it's blanket coverage. Just throw it up. He'll go get it. Trust me, he will.
Kyle Trask figured that out nicely.
Very nicely.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Okay, that's all I got on NFL.
No, I love it. I think the Falcons are a good player. There's nothing in hell that tells me to do anything with the Carolina Panthers. Nothing. They are atrocious. Just
a lot tells you to fade them.
Oh, exactly. Like they are atrocious, man. So yeah, I'm with you on there. All right. Perfect parlay. Look, I've got 6 NFL teams here. I'll go through it real quick. Plus 300. Cardinals, Bills, Bengals. This is all money line. Cardinals, Bills, Bengals, Rams, Seahawks, Chiefs. Plus 300.
I have not done the parlay calculator.
Right. Yeah.
Plus we done? My fault.
No. Yeah, I was just saying. I'm not even messing with college because it's just craziness. Yeah. So plus 300. Cardinals, Bills, Bengals, Rams, Seahawks, Chiefs.
Okay. I agree with Cardinals, Bills, Bengals. I'm not gonna mess with the Chiefs. So let's see. I
thought you were gonna question the Rams.
I see the. Oh no, I'm not questioning the Rams. Hell no, I'm not questioning.
Hey, by the way, side note: the Houston Texans have been double-digit underdogs twice this year. Didn't cover either of them.
Right.
So
I thought they were the other day with that 5-0 lead or 5-3 lead, whatever it was. And where I want to finish I don't know. Patriots are playing good.
Yeah, that's a weird game with the Chargers. That's a weird game, man.
Yeah, let me just get back on the parlay on
You're fine. No, you're good. You're
fine. I mean, I got 3 teams there, but I don't even know if that makes it even money. If I threw the Falcons in a short favorite, that would, but I'll just get back on Friday.
You're good. Now, before we end the show, I believe you had some notes on UFC, correct?
Correct. And I also want to recommend one NBA play tonight. I'm off to a 5-2 start in the NBA. I've basically been taking the Jazz, the Hawks, and fading OKC, which I'll do again tonight. Golden State -9 at OKC, which is 0-3 with losses by 24, 19, and 12 points. And OKC is in a back-to-back spot tonight, and Golden State is not. I'm not going to play the Jazz tonight. They're at -7 at home to Denver. Denver is in a back-to-back spot, and Utah's been off 4 days. I lean that way, but I'm not going to. I'm off that. Okay, UFC. All right. We have got, they're over in Fight Island. We've got 2 title fights. Jan Blachowicz is -280 to Glover Teixeira. Blachowicz is on a serious roll. He's been knocking everybody out, and I like the prop for him to win by KO, which is anywhere from, or let's see, they have BetMGM on here. Yes, they do have BetMGM on here, and BetMGM doesn't have its props up yet, but it's anywhere from plus 100 to plus 110. That's Jan Blachowicz to win by KO against Glover Teixeira in the light heavyweight title bout. Also on this card, I really like Hazmat Chimaev. Okay, you might have heard of him during the start of the pandemic. He fought 10 times. He fought twice in 10 days, a UFC record when they were over Abu Dhabi. He fought on a Saturday, wins, and he goes, Dana, I smashed another guy. I'm here 2 more weeks. Give me another fight next week. They give him the other fight. He smashes that dude. They give him another fight like 2 months later. He wins that on his first punch, 17-second KO. This guy is 3-0 in the UFC, absolute domination. And the only reason he's been off for a year was he got COVID, and then he tried to rush back, and it was causing these asthma issues. They flew him to Vegas. They got him all the best doctors, did all this stuff with him. And then he goes back and starts training again, and it set him back again. But now he's ready, and I think he wins. Look, he's either – I hate minus 175, but that's him to win inside the distance. That's a lock. And then he's plus money to win by submission or KO. The KO is around plus 150. I like that more. But you might want to get a touch of the submission if you don't do inside the distance. There is a chance you win by submission as well. And I might have another opinion or two on Friday, but we're running low on time. So
I like it. No, I thought you were going to say that this guy fought 10 times in like one night.
No,
he just
tells Dana, I smashed them, brother. I go again tonight if you want me to.
It was like that old, first off, your accent is fantastic. Like the old, the Mortal Kombat 1, you know how you just had to keep going up through?
Yeah.
That's what I had.
Or
I'm an idiot.
One.
Yeah.
You remember Hoist Gracie had to win 3 times in one night?
Yeah, he did. The good old days.
Yes, sir.
So everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. Again, make sure to download that BetMGM app. Use promo code A2Z Sports. Get a risk-free bet of up to $1,000. For Brian Edwards, Alan Bell, thank you so much. Brian, let's go Braves tonight. Let's cash your tickets, buddy.
Yeah, buddy.
All right,
good luck,
see you
everybody.
guys.